Earlier this year, EV specialist Ceres came into the Philippine market offering a variety of electrified SUVs. And today, we are going to check out this, the Ceres 5. It's the compact crossover range extender EV. Hey everyone, Vince here from AutoIndustriya, and today we've got the Ceres 5 for you. Now this comes in a variety of powertrains. There's a Ceres 5 BEV or battery electric vehicle, but there's also this, the Ceres 5 range extender EV. That means zero range anxiety. But first, story time. Ceres Group actually has a fairly long history in its home country of China through its parent companies. Now let's fast forward to 2016, and there was a joint venture founded over in Silicon Valley in California between the Ceres Group as well as the founder of a leading EV manufacturer, because they saw very early on that the focus of the future is going to be electric vehicle technology, and that's something they really wanted to focus on. More recently, Ceres was the first automaker that tech giant Huawei co-engineered and collaborated with to create smart electric vehicles, better known as the Ito brand, which means adding intelligence to auto. Beyond the advanced powertrains, Ceres went premium, and when we show you the cabin, you'll see why. Over the years, we've become used to a lot of crossovers and SUVs having all kinds of fancy, shiny, shimmering details all around just for the sake of having those fancy, shiny, shimmering details. What Ceres focused on was quiet luxury, and you can see it with the design. There's not many fancy details, not much chrome all around the vehicle. And that is something that they're really showing. It's very understated, minimalist, and very clean and sleek, and you can see it when you look all around. Now there are two versions of the Ceres 5 available. One is the BEV, and you can tell the BEV by looking at the front. And if the front is blocked off with a little inlet for the radiator, then that is likely the BEV. This one with the larger air intake is the range extender EV because it has an efficient 1.5 liter engine there. We'll show you later, and it's charging the whole system up. Now from the side, what do we see? Well, you will spot these vents here to allow cool air into the wheel wells for the brakes. The tires and wheels, these are 20-inch wheels, very beautiful, with Pirelli P0 tires. And that means when you take it out on the mountain roads, it's going to be nice and grippy. But one thing that's really nice and unique here are the door handles, because these fit flush with the body for a nice clean look. But what's also different is that Ceres is offering two body styles for the Ceres 5, and you can tell it by looking here at the roofline, because this one is the SUV, the more traditional SUV body style, but there's also the Saker Falcon or the SF, which is more of a sporty SUV coupe body style, and that means the roof here slopes downward for a sportier profile. The clean aesthetic continues with the rear. You can see it in the way they designed it. Neat spoiler, rear wiper, the back glass is nicely raked. Got this full width taillight there, which looks very nice at night. Ceres spelled out there, neat rear bumper. Now to open the tailgate, if you'll notice, there aren't many buttons over there. There's no latch here or anything. You press right here, and it's motorized, so it opens automatically for you. You do have a parcel shelf here, which is nice and robust actually. I think this can take quite a bit of weight if you need it. Now, in terms of measurements, it's about 37 inches long and about 40 inches wide. You can go a little bit more here if you so need. Underneath here, what you have is your tire repair kit, your inflator, tow bar, early warning device, and your 12-volt battery. Yes, vehicles like this still have a 12-volt battery because a lot of your systems still run on 12 volts, like your lights and such. But the space is expandable because we can fold down the rear seats 60-40 style, and I can reach over and fold this. And now, in that configuration, the length goes up quite significantly. And in terms of cargo volume, it also goes up to 776 liters overall. Plenty of cargo space for a crossover of this size. Now, let's check out the cabin. If you step inside the Series 5 for the first time and you question whether you stepped into a German car, don't worry, I feel the same way. Because you look around, the way they did the color combinations, it's very German business-like with the black, the way they do the dark wood there, satin finish by the way, not the shiny finish. The stitching, very nice and even and perfect. And the way they do the trim, the satin trim, very nice, even here on the cup holder. The leather they chose, by the way, soft touch all around. I mean, soft touch there, here. Of course, the seats, very nicely done with the leather and all that. And then you look at the speakers. I mean, the housing they have or the covers they have for the speakers, metal right here, same with that door. And it's got this little Charlie's Angel style speaker right on top, very unique. And there's a lot of technology in here too, because they really went all out. Like for example, on the A pillar right here, you've got a sensor that checks your face if you're drowsy and all that. Hopefully not when you're driving. Up there, you've got a heads-up display which projects your information like speed or transmission position. Like right now, I am in P. But here in front, you've got a 10.25-inch digital screen, colored, perfect, crisp, displays all that you want, serving as your instrument cluster. But here, the eyes are really drawn to this huge 15.6-inch screen. I think it's bigger than my laptop. It has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all that stuff. You've got different settings for your drive, energy saving, comfortable, sports, personalization. You can open the charge port there. You can do all kinds of stuff just by swiping down. And if you swipe up, we can show you the climate control. And that's what's really unique about this, because you can point the louvers without touching the louvers. So here, like right here, I can point that right there. See that? Same with the one on my side. Same on the other side. That means if your glass is fogging up because the AC vent is pointed there, no worries. You can point it away from that. Makes it nice and convenient. And it has a sweeping function. So, you know, like in your AC at home, you have that swing function. This one has that too. You can just push auto sweeping, let it handle that. Maintains the temperature nicely for you all around. Now, it does have a 360 camera. So when we put it into reverse, you can see that. You can see the reverse lines and all that. The sensors are going a little bit haywire because there are people around the car. But once we put it back into park, it should be okay. Apple CarPlay right there. When we press that, it's very big, the icons. So it's very difficult to miss what you want to press. I mean, you want to go your maps, you want to play Mariah Carey, you can do so in this vehicle. Very, very easy. Now, being that they partnered up with Huawei, it means there's a lot of attention paid towards the technology of the vehicle, but also the ergonomics. Because if you notice, my phone is placed very neatly right here on the wireless charging pad. So there's no, like, it's exact, it's like a tailored fit, which is nice. And then I have a cup holder here, transmission control here. Oh, by the way, you have more storage right here. See this panel that's leather covered here? Press that and it opens, shows the key, a very nice and minimalist Ceres key right there. When you open this, you've got a little compartment there with a 12-volt outlet, and it's double hinge right there, which is rather cool. And then you have pockets here on either side. Right now, I don't have a phone there, but it does have a USB-A port on the left side and a USB-C port, along with the USB-C port on this side, and a little pocket for storage of wallet. Uy, magkano laman ito? Anyways, now we look up top. It has a huge fixed panoramic glass roof, giving you a view of the world above. Especially if there are stars out, that would be really cool, especially in the province. But when you look here, a frameless mirror right there, it's normal stuff, 2 lights. But what's unique are these visors. Normally we don't mention visors, but this one is a very unique detail about the car. Because if you notice, there's no plastic here, it's just this felt cover or fabric cover, but it conceals a little mirror, which being magnetic, it kind of reminds me of a lady's compact mirror, but it has vanity lights on either side. And in this version, it has adjustments for the light. By the way, it's magnetic, which is unique, but you have adjustments for the light. For one, the brightness, you can cycle through 3 settings, I think. There you go. So dim, mid, and bright. And you can adjust the color temperature, which is unique. Like right here, press this. Right now it's in the daylight, and then it goes warm white, and then it goes daylight. Sorry, cool was the first one. So those are the 3 different settings. You never really see that in any vehicle. I don't remember seeing it in any other car. Now on to the ergonomics. We have a 2-spoke steering wheel with a flat bottom and a hexagonal horn pad right there. You have controls for your audio system on both sides, so volume here, track here. You have a button here for your 360 camera. So you press that, this one comes up, which is nice, as well as your Bluetooth controls right there. Light stock on the left, wiper on the right, and your adaptive cruise control is controlled by a stalk right here. Very intuitively placed. It should be very easy. And over here, we have our drive selector. And the way it conforms to the palm of your hand is rather unique. You don't feel this in a lot of other vehicles. Usually it's just a T-bar shifter. Here, they went for something different. It's unique. It's good. Now, push it forward, put it into reverse, pull it back for drive, and then put it into park right there. But before we drive, let's go check out the back seat. The back seat of the Ceres 5 is a nice place to be in. Plenty of legroom even with my setting. You have, again, the beautiful big glass roof there that is just giving you a view of everything around you. Oh, there are planes landing over at NAIA. But anyways, it's got plenty of room. The seats are great. It's gonna be comfortable for a long drive. Generous center armrest here with cup holders right there and a compartment here. And if you want to charge, you got 2 USB-C ports down there. But it's the attention to detail that's really going to surprise a lot of people the first time they get inside here. Because just like in the front, you have the metal grills for the speakers. Very nice. Same down there. Seat back pockets. The satin wood finish over there. Your own AC vents. So for a long drive, this should be good. But for now, let's take it on a brief drive around the area. The remarkable thing about the Ceres 5 is that they came up with a platform that can both be either a BEV or a range extender EV. So in the BEV format, that's like used in the BEV version of this model as well as the Saker Falcon. The Saker Falcon is the one I really want to try out because it's got a lot of power, like 585 horsepower and 900 plus Newton meters of torque. It's going to be incredible if we put our foot down, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But the vehicle, the version that people are really going to be looking at is going to be this, the range extender EV versions. Now, why is that? It combines the ability or the feel of a BEV in that the electric driving feel, that's what it gives you. But also, it gives you the ability to maximize the fuel stations all around the country. Meaning, if you're in the city, you can charge up at your nearest mall so long as the charging port does match. And you can fuel up at your nearest gas station in the far-flung provinces and not have to worry about charging if there's no charging accessible there. That is going to be the key here. So it gives you that kind of flexibility. Now, how does that differ from a PHEV or a plug-in hybrid? Well, in a plug-in hybrid, the gasoline engine can drive the wheels through a transmission. In this one, there is no transmission, meaning there is no way for the engine to transmit the power to any of the wheels. It's only through the electric motor. So the engine, the 1.5 liter turbo, can charge the battery and can power the electric motor. The engine doesn't actually give direct traction to the wheels, if that makes sense. Did I explain it correctly? That is going to be the key to this vehicle because it gives you the pure electric feel 100% of the time without tying you up to the nearest charging station. So that is something to keep in mind with this vehicle, meaning you go on a road trip as far as you want, like with the range of this, you can go to Ilocos and back, no problem. And not have to worry about charging up. You can just gas up and then charge up later on at your convenience. Now, in terms of range, we have to look at two numbers. So the first one is the pure electric driving range, meaning after you fully charge the battery. So in the case of the two-wheel drive variant, the pure electric range is 184 kilometers. That's a two-wheel drive comfort variant. This is the premium all-wheel drive variant. So you get up to 158 kilometers for the pure electric driving range on a full battery. But when you combine that with a full tank, because this one does have a 56-liter fuel tank, you get up to 1250 kilometers for the comfort, and you get the 1150 kilometers of range with this all-wheel drive variant. And that is a long way. Again, Ilocos and back should be no problem. But I think the real goal that Ceres had with this vehicle is to combine the premium feel, the luxury ride, and the superb refinement, because if you listen around, I'm not hearing much noise from the outside. It's really quiet in here because of the insulation and the glass. And that's what they were really going for. Something premium which combines the efficiency, the outright efficiency of a range extender EV. And clearly, they're delivering. And if you do want to put your foot down, well, guess what? Ooh, you have a lot of horsepower at your disposal. I think I need a longer drive of this to be able to have a bit of fun up in the mountains. But we'll save that for later. The words I would choose to sum up my experience of the Ceres 5 is ambitious and aspirational. But more importantly, they went on to execute those ambitions and those aspirations. Because the way they worked on the vehicle, the way they went along with the range, the way they poured in the technology, the quality, the attention to detail, you can feel it all here, even after just a brief drive. Now on to the variants. There are two versions of the range extender EV available in the market. Now, you have the Comfort two-wheel drive, which is at 3.388 million, and then you have this premium variant all-wheel drive, which retails for 3.688. There are also two battery electric versions of the Ceres 5. The first one is in this body style, and it retails for 3.488 million, and it features a much larger 80 kilowatt hour battery fitted underneath the cabin. The other version is the Ceres 5 Saker Falcon Limited Edition, and that one is in the more coupe-like, sportier body style, and that retails for 3.88 million. Yes, Ceres is going premium with the Ceres 5 and actually their entire lineup. But don't just take our word for it. See and experience it for yourself by visiting their test drive center at Primex Green Hills or logging on to www.ceres.com.ph. This is Vince of AutoIndustriya.com. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe. Before we go on our next road trip, maybe it's time for some lunch.